Yeah, I know. Came out on September 26, 2018. This is old. You want to go read King in Black, issue 1. The Sentry wasn't trying to release the Void once again. While fighting Noel, Noel tells the Void is him. Then he kills the Sentry. This is current. No more Sentry.
It is story time, you feel? So this is basically the issue where Bob is, think he took the serum that actually turns you into the Sentry.
Nuh-uh. Go back to issue 1. Strange set up this pocket reality or whatever it is in my mind for a reason. It's only there so I can go inside and Sentry and the Void never have to return in the real world. He never took the serum during this run. Doctor Strange set up a mind prison inside of his head so that he can go in there and basically keep the Void under control. I get to live my life here as Bob Reynolds, and as long as I use the conflictor to go to Sentry World once every 24 hours, the Void is kept at bay. That's the deal. This is the only way I get to exist at all, Billy.
Something is very way wrong. So Billy, aka the Scout, actually goes to Bob and was like,
this is not Bob. Go back and read issue 2. This is Bob. Pause the read. This is Cranio. This the same guy. Issue 3. This is Cranio. Shit, let's go back to issue 4. That same panel. Billy literally tells you that is Cranio. Cranio was telling them that Bob was inside the mind thing that Doctor Strange had built up for him. That's who he's seen. This is not Bob. This is Cranio. Just want to make that clear again.
But we have to finish this before Void gets involved. So yes, I understand there are 2 different entities, actually 3.
Back to issue 1. 2 lives, 2 memories, 2 worlds. Where does one end and the other begin? I ask people to trust me, but how do I trust anything anymore? You can pause the read. The reason why it seemed like it was 3 entities. Doctor Strange and Tony Stark built this machine and this thing in his mind so that he can go in there to keep control of the Void. Because every time he uses the Sentry, he has a chance of making the Void come out. Which is why they made this machine and they put the Void in there too in his mind so that he can control it every day for an hour. Issue 3. Pause the read. Bob is Sentry. Sentry is Bob. The Void is a whole different entity. Issue 1. Bob is Sentry and the Void are 2 different entities.
Tree, I think, is trying to fuse with Bob at this point and realize Bob is in danger. Tony Stark being Tony's.
So in issue 4, Bob is not trying to fuse with him. Bob went into that world that the Doctor Strange made and Sentry jumped out. Sentry was trying to leave to go. Issue 1, get this thing because issue 2, Cranio has it. Billy stole it. He stole it so that he can access that thing that's inside of Bob's head, said right here, so that Billy can kill the Sentry because he was jealous of Bob being the Sentry and he wanted to be the Sentry. Sorry, this all in issue 3 where we find out Billy had started working with Cranio because Billy stole the book from the original owner of the creator of the serum, had Cranio recreated so that when he go in there and makes Bob switch places with Sentry and brings him out in the real world, he could become the Sentry, kill him, and there's only one Sentry in the world now.
Like Sentry, God like being, come on, bro, this man had to get a whole new suit.
Back to issue 4, it was not a new suit, it was a bigger suit, the Hulkbuster. That's it. And all that godlike shit was only done when he's the Void. The most we've seen from the Sentry is him fly and be super strong. That's it. And do the I-beam shit. That's it. He don't do no godlike shit when he's just the Sentry.
Now remember, Bob is actually in Sentry's work, and the scientist is basically finna go ahead and end this real.
Issue 4. I mean, what I had wasn't perfect. I know whether it was out there as Bob Reynolds or in my mind as the Sentry, it only felt like I was only half of who I could be.
Scientist is basically finna go ahead and end this real quick.
Issue 4. Cranio was trying to destroy it, but I want you to read the yellow bubbles with me. Cranio is right. It is too late. Time is up. I know that now. I had all the second chances in the world. And where it has left me, split in 2. Half a man, half a mind. Never really able to be myself. Never really able to be anything other than the shape. My mind is broken. It always was. I can deny it all I want, but I am sick. A sick man. And a sick man should never have the power I do. And every time I try to control it, it always ends in me leading back to the same place. It leads me to the darkness, aka the Void, which is why he don't like being the Sentry. Further explaining that this is only 2 entities. Bob is Sentry and the Void is the Void. I know you was basically trying to say it was 3 because Bob is his ego when he's not Sentry, but the reality of it is Bob and Sentry are one people. They're one person. When he becomes the Void, he barely remembers all that shit. Explaining Dark Avengers issue 12 when he did this. Notice the black eye, and he did this and this. Screenshot, pause to read. He literally forgets that he did it because when he's the Void, he's not Sentry. He has no control. Explained in issue 13 when he was trying to kill his wife and he was sitting up there arguing with himself.
Said, what if I didn't fight back? And there you have it.
Like I said earlier, that wasn't him fusing. That was him allowing to take control instead of fighting. Explained here and here. That's why the Avengers decided to get on him in issue 5. Shown here and shown here. It says, this is who I always will be, but we know that's a lie because King in Black issue 1. Pause to read, says it right here.